Hello world, it's Rational Pi back here with you today to do our NBA conferences project. So, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking the sorted NBA information that we created in the last video, and we're just going to be exporting it to Excel. Sounds easy, right? Well, it wasn't initially easy. There's a lot of research I actually ended up having to do with this, and I probably spent a little bit more time than I should have. I feel pretty silly not being able to figure this out, but unless you have all the references set up properly, it ended up being kind of a challenge. So I'm going to show you what you need to do prior to creating an Excel spreadsheet in C#. First of all, you're going to want to go to Project up at the top. I know it's not on the screen. And then you're going to go down to Add Reference. You'll see on the left-hand side here, COM Type Libraries. You're going to want to click that, and it'll come up with this giant list. You want to go all the way down until you find Microsoft Office or Microsoft Excel 15.0 Object Library. This is assuming you're using Office 2013. I'm not sure how it changes between the different versions, but this is what you're going to be looking for, something along these lines. This is going to be the same for Microsoft Word, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft PowerPoint, Visio, whatnot. If you want to create a file, a Microsoft Office file, through C#, this is the reference you're going to have to add. Once the reference has been added, now you can input this using statement right here, this using Microsoft.Office.interrupt.excel. That's what's going to allow you to utilize the Excel functions within C#. So nothing's changed in the code since our last video. The only thing that's changed is going to be the very end, where we're talking about the Excel spreadsheet. So we're going to go ahead and skip down in our Visio spreadsheet. It's actually not Visio anymore. I'm using a new flowcharting program called YED. I'm enjoying it so far. It's actually pretty intuitive. And as you can see, the only thing that's different is we're going to build a data table, sort the data table, and then export to Excel for processing. Down here at the bottom, I created a future tab, but what we're going to be working on in the future. Like in the beginning, we could offer the user, do you have a file already created for Excel with the information? And they say yes. Then we just automatically pull the information from the Excel file, and then we don't have to input anything. It just does it automatically for us. And then another thing we can do is we can take the information that we're about to extract or pull to Excel, and then we can pull it back in and then sort it into a data table. So this is kind of an incremental step, as I could have just done giant steps at a time with this project, but I really wanted to outline exactly what I'm doing, and I'm hoping that can help at least one person with their coding. So I know I had a lot of trouble figuring out how to do this Excel spreadsheet, so if this can help one person, I know I'm feeling pretty good about that. So let's go ahead and scroll down to the bottom of our code. Again, nothing's changed since our last video. This is the only thing that's new over here. So you may be asking yourself, object missing equals system.reflection.missing.value. The reason we're going to be utilizing something like this, and I found an awesome website that was able to really outline this for me. I'll see if I can find the link again. Unfortunately, my computer restarted, but if I do find it, I will definitely provide credit within the description below. But what this does is whenever you create the Excel spreadsheet, there's a lot of parameters that you may just not have, and so you can use this missing tool. So we'll just input missing whenever we don't have or don't need the information it's asking for. The unique thing about this is you can really customize what you do with these Excel spreadsheets. You don't have to create just the standard one worksheet spreadsheet. You can create multiple worksheets within the spreadsheet. You can have it do various different things. Now I'm really interested to see if it can connect with Visual Basic and see if it can create some Visual Basic components as well. If you can do that, I think that'd be a really neat thing to do later on. Again, C# is not my primary language, and I'm learning all of this with you guys, so I'm really excited. I mean, I'm really excited. So then we're going to use Microsoft.Office to interrupt to Excel to application, and we're going to call it Excel is equal to a new instance of the same. There you go. That's how we create the Excel spreadsheet. And then we're going to create a new workbook, Excel.application.workbook to add. And then we're going to say workbook to save as, and this is going to be the path that you use. This at here, it just helps with the formatting of the string that you're producing right here. So this is the first argument. The second argument is how the file format's going to look. The third argument, fourth argument, we're just not going to utilize. Fifth and sixth argument are false. Seventh argument is this save as access mode, and it's no change. Basically, we're saying if there's no changes, just automatically save it. If there are changes, then ask us to make a change. And then the last, I believe, five parameters are just going to be missing. I can go over all these different parameters if you'd like. Comment below, and I can absolutely do a video response and do what I can to explain these the best in my ability. I'll be honest, there's a couple of these parameters that I couldn't quite figure out what they were wanting, so just using this missing was able to make it work for what I wanted. But if you want something more complex, I will do everything I can to help you out, help you figure out what to do there. Then we'll make our Excel spreadsheet visible. We'll create a new worksheet and we'll activate it. And then all it is from there is transferring the data, which is pretty simple. All it is a double for loop. For every row in NBA data sorted, you increase the row value. For every column, you increase the column value. And then just move the row and column index. You apply it to the cell. That's what's going to utilize those indexes. And then you just put the information there. So that's it. It's that easy. So what's going to happen is it's going to read a row, column, 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 next row, column, 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 next row, column, 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 and so on and so forth. And then, of course, this read line just makes it to where we can read everything that we've done so far. So there's one important thing that I forgot to mention. Whenever you try to save as or produce a new file to your hard drive or to really anywhere on your computer, if you're not an administrator, you're going to need administrative access. The problem is, I'm an administrator on my computer. I'm the only one that uses my computer. But I still had to right-click, run as administrator. And if you're using Windows 10, you can go to your Start menu, you can go to All Apps, scroll down to whatever version of Visual Studio you're using. You can go right-click and then run as administrator. So you have to do that, or it's not going to produce your file and you're going to get an exception error. So let's go ahead and run it up, and we're going to do 5 cities. We'll just say OKC. Let's do 1, 2, 3. We'll do Dallas, 4, 5, 6. Denver, 7, 8, 9. Atlanta, 10, 11, 12. And then let's say Orlando, 13, 14, 15. Now, since I was playing around with this before, it's going to ask me, there's already there's the error I was talking about. So let's see if I need to reopen it again. I thought I opened it as administrator. Boy, I'm going to feel pretty silly if I didn't. So, back again, All Apps, all the way down to Visual Studio. Run as administrator. Alright. Open up my NBA conferences. I'm going to feel pretty darn silly if this is what happened. And here's what happened the last time I ran it. So we're going to exit out of that because I want to show you guys a new version of it. So, 5 cities. OKC, 1, 1, 1. Denver, 2, 3, 4. Dallas, 7, 4, 1. Let's do Tulsa, 9, 4, 5. And then Timbuktu, 10, 11, 14. So now it's going to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. So now it's going to say c.test.xls already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yes, we do. And that's going to pop up here, and it's going to read each row. And there is our sorted spreadsheet from our MBA sorted data table. As you can see, the path costs are sorted. Here's the first city, the second city, and the path costs. So I did what we wanted it to do. Unfortunately, I was pretty silly and forgot to open it as administrator right after I reminded myself that I needed to tell you the same thing. So that's how you utilize C# to create a spreadsheet. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a little bit of something. I know I did. I personally am loving this adventure. Next up, we're going to be pulling We're going to be doing some data manipulation within Excel, and then we're going to be pulling it back into a data table, and then we're going to find the top 4 best cities for each city, and then we're going to do the A-star method to see how our results from this compare to that. I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. Please comment below, like, and subscribe is always appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video.